Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome to episode 13 of A Book and a Bake. I know I did one in January, meant to do one in February, but things just got out of hand. And then just things over the last couple of months meant I had to put a lot of things in the back burner. But I'm back now, so hopefully, I will continue from now on. You'll find that the bake part of this, or the make part of this video, I actually filmed this way back in February when I was planning to put the video out, but obviously with things happening with Mum, that just didn't happen. So I hope you'll enjoy this and that the books sound good and that the make part of it you will enjoy. So I'm actually going to talk to you about a trilogy, and this trilogy is part of the Love at the Chocolate Shop series. Excuse me a minute. There are 12 books in total in this series, and they're written by different authors. But the three I'm going to talk to you about today are all written by Melissa McClone. So the first book is called A Thankful Heart, and this is book number 2. And we meet Dakota Parker. Now, Dakota works in the chocolate shop in Marietta, and she works there part-time and also works part-time at the animal rescue shelter. And she is fostering 3 animals at present, and she loves having them. She loves interacting with animals. She finds it far easier to interact with them than with humans. Something happens at the animal shelter, and she has to find sort of homes for all the animals very, very quickly, just on a temporary basis. But one of the benefactors of the animal shelter says, well, if you manage to find forever homes for all the animals at the shelter that still need forever homes by Christmas, I will give you additional funding that means that you can extend the animal shelter. And so Dakota has to start organising a big animal adoption rally and fair, etc., as well as spending time in the chocolate shop. Add to this, Bryce Grayson, who's back in Marietta to persuade his father to move from Marietta to Seattle because his dad has had a fall and has broken a leg, and Bryce thinks it'd be better for his dad to give up his construction work and his company and move to Seattle with him. But his dad's having none of it, and the ladies of Marietta are having great fun, coming and keeping his dad company and cooking meals and things like this. So Bryce gets kind of more involved in small town life and sees just how good small town life can be. And he thinks that Dakota has ulterior motives for, being around his dad, etc., because his dad is also a volunteer at the animal shelter and does some of the handyman work, etc. there. So the two of them end up spending more time together, and he actually gets involved with Dakota trying to run or get the animal adoption fair up and running, etc. The romance was lovely. It was really, really nice. It was really sweet. Some of the usual misunderstandings, but that they do get worked out. I really liked the chocolate shop. I really did love that. That sounded such a nice place to go and visit, and just to experience the whole sensory experience of that chocolate shop. It just sounded delightful. So the next book in the Melissa McClone trilogy is called The Valentine Quest, and sorry, I'm just really tired right now, guys. I didn't sleep well last night, so it's like, oh. But anyway, second book, The Valentine Quest, and this is Nevada Parker, who is Dakota's sister. And she's come to Marietta for peace and quiet so that she can complete her PhD dissertation. But she begins to find out that small town life is anything but peace and quiet. And Marietta is gearing itself up for Valentine's Day. It has a huge Valentine's festival. And as part of that festival is the Valentine's Quest. Now, Nevada sees a flyer for it and sees that the first prize is a really nice holiday that she thinks would be really good for her brother, who is about to leave the military. She thinks this would be a great prize to win for him, to give him a really nice vacation to end his military career, as it were. And she decides to enter the quest, which is kind of pushing her out of her comfort zone. She is very insular, and this really pushes her out of her comfort zone. Also entering the quest is Dustin Decker, and he works at the local dude ranch, and he just, he thinks a holiday would be a great idea, get him away, give him some thinking time, some space. But he very quickly realises that if he's going to win, he needs a partner, and he manages to persuade Nevada to become his partner. And we see them throughout the whole quest, how they get on with each other, how they interact, what taking part in the quest actually means to both of them by the end of it, and what they've got out of it. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Again, the chocolate shop has a part to play in the quest, and we get to sort of see a bit more about Dakota and Bryce. They come into this book as well, so it's really, really nice that you get more of their story as well within the second book. And the third one is called The Chocolate Touch. Now this one, the main character is York Parker, who is obviously Dakota and Nevada's brother. And he has come to Marietta just for a month to have some rest after being in the military, and just to spend time with his sisters. And he ends up helping out at the chocolate shop, handing out chocolates at various events, and just helping out in general, because various things are happening in the chocolate shop that they need more people. And it was really nice to see him sort of again come out of his comfort zone, because it's totally different to the kind of life he has led previously. See him interacting with the locals, etc. But also at the chocolate shop is Chantel Cummings, and she's come to Marietta to do a book signing at the local bookshop, because she's a sort of social media culinary influencer, etc. But also the other reason is she's come to check out the chocolate shop because her family run a big chocolate business in France, and she wants to work for them, but they need her to sort of check out what the chocolate shop in Marietta are doing, why they are so popular, etc. Can they persuade the owner to sell some of their recipes, etc. to them? So there's all this, and the more time that Chantel spends with York, is really working for the family business in France, really 100% what she wants to do with her life. York is like, well, how do I want to spend more time with Chantel? Once things come out as to why she's really there, is that going to stop their relationship? So there's all of this in as well, and again you're pulling back into the other two Parker siblings and their story as well. I really, really enjoyed all three of the books. They were just so much fun to read. I have actually also got myself the very first book in this series, which was written by C.J. Carmichael, so I plan to read that, and I plan to get the other 8 books in the series so that I have the whole chocolate shop series, because Marietta is such a lovely, lovely town. The chocolate shop just is one of these places that I would really, really like, if it was real, I would love to visit it. So yeah, so if you love chocolate, if you love romance, really nice characters, sweet romances, this, you know, these 3 books are definitely for you. Melissa McClone writes such lovely books, great characters, great plot lines, that it just keeps you moving, keeps you reading, and I just really enjoyed them. So friends, this is the end of the book review part. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you want to pick up these books. I would definitely recommend them to you. As I say, I just thoroughly enjoyed them. And I hope that you enjoy the next part of the video, which is the make part. As I say, inspired by the chocolate shop, so I hope you'll enjoy it. But go see what I made. I think you'll like it. Hey friends, welcome to the bake part of this video. It isn't really a bake, it's more of a make in a pot. One of the things about the chocolate shop in Copper Mountain is the fact that it has hot chocolate on the go all the time, and the hot chocolate has cinnamon and vanilla in it. And I think it's using real chocolate, so I decided I'm going to try and do that. Sometimes I use normal, like real chocolate. Sometimes I use like granulated, chocolate mixes you get. Various makes out there. I'm not going to tell you what my favourite is because that's just, I'm not here to advertise or whatever. So yeah, so I'm going to make some hot chocolate and see how it goes. So I thought I'd just bring, obviously for the bake part of it, I want to show you how I make it. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. And I hope I'm going to enjoy drinking it. So let's get going, shall we? So as you see, I've got all my ingredients here. I've got a little bit of this Jersey milk, which is supposed to be quite thick, and then I'm just going to do a mixture of the two. I've got some ground cinnamon, and I decided to use vanilla bean paste this time, rather than vanilla. And then I have 74% dark chocolate, and I have some white chocolate because I read that if you put a wee bit of white chocolate with your dark chocolate, it makes the whole thing a bit smoother and richer. So I'm going to try, but what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to get everything into the pot, but I will be breaking the chocolates up to make it easier to melt. Okay, I think I'm going to do maybe 4 of these because I'm going to make it so that Mum and Dad can have a taste as well. So I think I'm probably going to do 4 of these blocks, but I'm just going to break them up by hand, not sort of like do it by knife or whatever. You can do, but I think it's just easier just to snap them, by hand and do it that way. I actually put in all 6 bits of chocolate because Dad came in and went, "What are you doing?" I went, "Making hot chocolate." He went, "From chocolate?" I'm like, "Yes." It's like, ooh, there's going to be enough for all of us. So I'm definitely making it for all of us. There's a little black fly around here that's annoying me. Excuse me a minute. It has disappeared. Okay, so I put in like half of like 6 little blocks like that into there. So I've done that, and I'm now going to add some cinnamon. I don't know how much I'm going to put in. Probably just about half a teaspoon, I would think. I'm not sure. I might put in it. No, I think I'll do half a teaspoon, and about the same of vanilla bean paste. But I'm actually not going to be honest. I am not going to measure it out. I'm just going to eyeball it. Let's see. I've just eyeballed it. Yeah, I do that. I'll add more if I want to once I've put the milk and everything in. But I'm now going to add a wee bit of the vanilla bean paste, again just eyeballing it. So as you can see, nice dollop of vanilla bean paste. I'm going to put in, so this is me putting in some of the Jersey milk just now. So I'll put in about that much. And then I will fill up with, not fill up, but I'll add in more of just the normal semi-skimmed milk that we use. I'm going to need both hands for that, but again, I just kind of eyeball things, guys. I don't have, for doing hot chocolate, I don't have measurements, I just eyeball. Okay, so that's all the milk in, and I'm just going to put it onto well, it's quite a high heat at the moment, if you see. I don't want it that high. I'm just going to put it to a medium heat, because I don't want this getting, burnt. And what I'm going to use is, we have a whisk like this. I'm going to use this just to begin with, just so it all gets melty. And then I have one of these like battery ones that will whisk the milk and everything to make it nice and frothy. What you could do if you wanted this to be really thick, like a really thick hot chocolate, you could add to this mixture at this point in time, or before you put it in the heat, say half a teaspoon of cornstarch, because that will just thicken it up and it will just make it so luscious. But I've decided for today not to do that. I'm just going to do it like this and just sort of see what happens. So I'll say I'm just stirring this until it starts to melt, and just keep going like that. When I'm going to start sort of whisking it up, I will come back to you. Okay, the chocolate has now all melted. I'm going to just keep stirring it with this at the moment until it heats up a lot more, and then I'll bring in the whiskey one that will give it more, I don't know how to put it, it probably aerates it more. So yeah, but that's, I may actually taste this in a minute just to sort of see if I want to add more cinnamon or some more vanilla bean paste, and just sort of take it from there. But that's what it looks like at the moment. Okay, as you can see, it is boiling now, so I'm going to really turn it down low, and then I'm going to put in my little whiskey thing and just do this, and that will just make it so nice. This is actually quite thick. It's thicker than I thought it would be. I haven't added anything else to it, but this is all I'm going to do for the next few while, just to sort of make it nice and thick, but I'm going to use both hands just now. Okay, I've whisked up, and I'm now, oh god, I'm now going to be, you see it's quite thick. I'm not going to give us very much because it is pretty rich. I'm just giving us each a wee bit, so it's just a wee taste, but I think it'll be really tasty. So, first, so here we go. Oh, that is so smooth. That is gorgeous. Dad?
Montezuma himself would have loved this.
Good. I see you're still step-toeing.
Sorry?
You're still step-toed.
Well, Stepto might have enjoyed this as well.
I was trying it now. If you're wondering why she's got a scarf on, poor thing's got a sore neck. You like it?
That's real chocolate.
It is. It's made with real chocolate, dark and, would you believe, a mixture of dark and white.
That's gorgeous.
Just have it. There's for you. There's cinnamon and vanilla bean paste in it. Mixture of the Jersey milk and the semi-skimmed. Happy? Okay, so there you go, friends. So I hope you've enjoyed that hot chocolate. If you make it, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know what you making it and what you think of it. But as I hope you've enjoyed this episode of A Book and a Bake, and I'll see you next time. Bye.